You may have the spirit of the wife. You may have a feminine spirit. You may be sweet. But if that presentation doesn't match that personality, a man is not even going to go further to even investigate. He's not even going to peel the layers of the banana back to see who you truly are, because of what he's seeing that the banana is rotten on the outside. It has all these brown marks and it has all of this stuff on it. He's not even going to want to touch that. And that's just the truth. That's just biology. A husband is not looking for a woman that is scantily clad. A husband is not looking for a woman whose chest is out all the time, whose buttocks is out. He is not doing that. He is going to affiliate a woman who is half dressed with whoredom. I'm gonna just say what it is. That is what he is going to. So you can't dress like that and expect a man to want to marry you, to want to be your husband, to want to provide and protect you. Hi wives, hi future wives. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to this channel. I have a mailing list. Click the link below to be a part of it, to stay updated. Also, don't forget to donate to my Cashapp, Proverbs 31 University. Donate if you feel led to help this ministry go far. I have a free wife mindset guide. Check it out. The link is below. I want you to look at it. I want you to get it. It is free. It's going to help change your mindset about wifehood. You have to have the mindset to be a wife and to stay a wife. Lastly, I want to talk about my affiliate, Amazon. Click the link for that so you can get the books that I recommend for this channel. You have to grow in your mind. You have to grow spiritually. These books are going to help you. The presentation should match the spirit. This is just my own personal opinion.
That's my opinion!
Femininity is a trait. It's more like personalities. It's character. It's not so much what you look like. Let me tell you why I disagree. Because we judge appearance. We judge as people what we see. Especially if you're a woman who desires to be married, a man is going to judge what he sees. And if he sees a woman that looks masculine, he may not want to pursue a conversation with you. You might be the most sweet, soft-spoken, kind, girly, feminine personality ever, right? That may just be what you are as a woman. But your outer appearance can deter men away from actually continuing or even coming up to you to even find out about that. And is that his fault? Is that his fault? For example, if you see any kind of food, you're going to look at how it looks before you taste it. If it doesn't look good to you, most likely you're not going to purchase it. Most likely you're not going to want it. Now, there are foods that they don't look good, but when you taste it, it's good. You're like, oh, that's good. It just doesn't look inviting. It doesn't look warm. It doesn't look good. But it did taste good. I'm glad I tried it. But the reality is that most people are not like that. When we see somebody, we're judging that person immediately. And that's a God-given gift too, because it's like we need to do that a lot of times, you know, they say don't judge a book by its cover. I agree with that. But also I understand that judgment is important too. Because if there's somebody looking a certain way, I may need to stay away from you so that I can preserve my life.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
You know? And so I don't think we should be upset if a man is not going to pursue you because of the way you look on the outside. And you're like, but I'm such a sweet woman and I want to be married and I want to be a wife. Yeah, but baby, you don't look like one. For example, again, this is just my opinion.
That's my opinion!
Chloe Bailey. I've talked about her a few times on this channel. You might say, she's obsessed.
Why you so obsessed with me?
But no, I talk about her because she is like one of the perfect examples of this. My husband was watching her on some type of show, and he said that she came on, and on the show, she was dressed well, but she had such a sweet spirit. She was talking about cooking, and the way she carried herself was very attractive, very sweet, right? And my husband was like, wow, because I've talked to him about her many times. And he was like, I did not expect her to have that type of personality. Like, she really had a sweet, graceful, and feminine personality. But the way she dresses and carries herself in her music, in her videos, in her performances outside of that talk show that she was on is very sexual, very vulgar. I mean, if you look at her social media, a majority of the picture is her showing her bum, her body, every nook, cranny, and curve is being shown. And so it's just like, how do you have such a sweet, feminine, soft, I would even say wifely spirit, but the way you present yourself in how you dress is very vulgar.
How, Sway?
I remember her saying that she had a crush on Michael B. Jordan. And I was like, oh my goodness, I think they would be the perfect couple, because I think where Michael B. is at, he wants to be married. I think he's like 35, 36. I remember him saying that he did want to settle down one day and he did want to be married. Her and her sister, mostly I believe because they came up in a religious household with married parents, they have very feminine traits, a very feminine spirit. They are wives. They are. That is, I believe they have that mindset of a wife. Unfortunately, I think the environment that they're in Hollywood and just the people that they're around and what they feel like they need to do to make it has pushed them another way. Sometimes when you want material success more, you will compromise on your values to get there. And so with Chloe, the way she dresses is very promiscuous. But the way she actually, when you hear her in interviews, when you hear her speak, when you see her, she's such a bright, bubbly, sweet personality. It's like the presentation doesn't match the spirit. That's why I say that. I truly believe the presentation should match the spirit. If you want to be married Black woman, you have to look like a wife. You have to look approachable. You have to look like someone that is of wife material. Not just work on your soul and have the right spirit. That's great. But how is a man going to even be attracted to you and want to come up to you and talk to you and even open the door for that if he is turned off by the way you look? Another example, there was a video that went viral, and now these videos of women or men standing in a line, popping a balloon or asking questions in order to get a date, that's a popular thing now. One woman who was interviewing this man, and she was scantily clad. She was wearing lingerie in public. Someone said, I heard some man in the comments say, this is why men don't care about lingerie anymore, because women are literally wearing lingerie to Walmart. They're literally wearing lingerie outside of the home. And she literally had her buttocks out, like it was out. She asked the man, where would you take me on a date? And he said, to be honest, the way you're dressed and the way you're looking, I would take you to my house.
Where would you take me on our first date?
If you dress like that, we going to the crib first, and then we can do whatever after that. If it, depending on how that go. I know you ain't want me to get up here and lie to you.
No, of course not. I don't like liars. But question: why would you be taking me to your house?
Shit, you want to hotel or something?
No.
B&B.
No.
Shit, bar sex like that too.
Wait, oh my God, am I like selling sex to you?
Duh.
And she was very surprised. I can't believe she was surprised. But she was very puzzled. She was like, you would take me to your house? Why? And he was like, the way you're dressed, I wouldn't take you to a nice restaurant or anything like that. And she just didn't understand it. Another thing that I noticed, though, is that she seemed to have the sweetest spirit. The way she spoke, her tone, very soft, very sweet, very feminine. And I just said, now that is a shame.
That's a shame.
Because sometimes there are women who have the right spirit and they have the right type of personality, but the way they present themselves is in total error to that, because they are surrounding themselves and filling their mindsets with feminist talking points and feminist ideology. And the women that are around them that they befriended are also doing the same thing. They're wearing all kinds of things in public that shouldn't be worn. They're listening to all this girl boss mess. It's helping their mind to conform in a wrong way. So they're not understanding, why am I not attracting the man that I want? Why can't I find the right man? Because you're giving sex with how you dress. Your personality and spirit may be giving one thing, but the way you're presenting yourself and how you dress is giving another. And I do see that there are a lot of women like that. And if you say these days that a woman should cover up, she should be more presentable, she should be thoughtful about how she presents herself to the world, how she shows up to the world, not just in personality, but even how she dresses. A lot of women say, well, you're against a female liberation and you're trying to stifle women.
You literally hate women.
And it's not that at all. It's just that if you want to be successful in finding a good man, you need to dress the part. Another reason why is because men, they think more about the risk in things. Men take more risk than women do, but they also do think about the risk of what are the chances that my life is going to be hard being with a woman like that. If I decide to date and actually, or even marry a woman that is never dressed appropriately, that's going to bring a lot of problems to my life because I'm going to be out in public and men are going to want to holler at her. They're going to want to get around her. And then I'm going to have to defend her honor and get in a fight.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Possibly because of how she's dressed. And then because she doesn't listen to me, because if I tell her to dress differently, she's going to say, well, you met me like this, so you should be okay with how I dress. And a lot of men, they think about those things in their head and they're like, I don't want that outcome. I don't want that life. I don't even want to deal with a woman like that. And so that's why it's important that we don't listen to women who are not married and who are just saying anything that a man should be okay. A man should be okay with this and a man should be okay. Okay, he should be, but he's not. So then what? Let's not talk about shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Let's talk about the reality, the biology. So I just want to encourage you black women out there, if you want to be married, make sure that the presentation, how you present yourself to the world, how you dress, how you are, your etiquette, all of that matches the type of husband that you want. Because you can attract a man. You can attract a man to sleep with you. You can attract a man to date you and maybe take you on a few dates and pay for you here and there. But to be a kept woman, you're not going to attract the right man, especially a godly man. That's going to turn him way off in a way that you're dressing inappropriately. You're not going to attract the right man God has for you if you're dressed wrong.